There we go. Right, we're live. Right, hi guys. Welcome to a little Thursday hangout. Oh, Zahir just vanished. What happened there? He was there a second ago.
He was. I vouch for that.
Was it something I said? Damn.
Maybe.
Anyway, yeah, we're here with a little chat. I'm happy to say I've got Margaret with me. It's been a while since we've had a chat on air. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. I'm so glad to be here.
Good. And we did have Zahir in with us, literally like just before we went live, and he vanished.
Yep, there he is.
He's back. He's back.
Sorry about that, guys.
What
Don't
did I
know.
think? I thought I said something and you vanished.
No, no, it's nothing.
Yeah, you were just saying to Margaret that you weren't sure how things have been going with the hurricane and stuff. So how, for those who don't know, this is Margaret, who has a YouTube channel, Texas Scale Treasures. We've known each other for a good 2 or so years now. And you were kind of in the eye of the storm a few weeks ago. How did that pan out for you?
Yeah, it was pretty scary. I mean, I'm a big chicken. I've been through enough hurricanes and tornadoes to know to run. So we ran away. I ran away with the kids, but my town was hit really hard. My actual home, it miraculously wasn't too much damage, but I did a video where I had people just all over from my town sending me pictures and video clips and just compiled the whole thing because I was seeing video on Facebook of people boating down the Main Street, and all these boats congregating in front of the grocery store, and it was just so scary. But
wow,
yeah. So my mom was just here a minute ago. I was telling Nick, and she's here because her floors are getting ripped out right now. So yeah,
good
fun
one.
times.
Wow. And how are you, Zahir? Sorry, I didn't really ask.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm perfect in comparison. I think it's just it's sobering, isn't it? Because we don't really have to cope with that kind of thing. And obviously, you guys, just generally there, and obviously Florida, they've just had it so. You guys have had it so rough, and it's something you don't think about often. And obviously, we know like Lonnie went through the same thing previously with flooding, and I mean, it must have gotten you thinking, obviously, in terms of like protecting your business in some ways. I mean, did any of those thoughts cross your mind in terms of how you conduct your reselling and etc.?
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, while I was gone, Randy stayed, and he was picking up all of everything off the floor in my workroom to make sure nothing got damaged. But then after, I started thinking, wow, because my main sourcing is garage sales, and normally it's in my town, and I don't have to go much further because I find all really good stuff here. But now you can go out of my neighborhood and there's still just everybody. It's like everything that was inside everybody's houses is now on the front, in front of the street, waiting for the trash to come pick it up. Like literally the entire contents, walls, floors, furniture, everything. So I'm just like, wow, I'm not going to be garage. I know it sounds bad, but when you put it in that way, as far as business, like I won't be garage selling around here.
Yeah, I haven't even thought, but that's going to be the last thing on anyone's mind, isn't it? Clearing out clutter, because half of it's wrecked anyway.
Yeah.
And they've got bigger fish to fry than, making a few dollars at a garage sale. So you're right, your neighborhood's going to be perhaps nothing for the rest of the year now.
Yeah, and same thing with thrift stores. A lot of thrift stores are saying they're not taking stuff because they're worried about people bringing in things that were flooded or damaged or just, you know what I mean? Because the flood water is not just water, it's like chemicals and sewage and things like that. So a lot of the thrift stores have even said, like, we're not taking anything from this area unless it's new in box or things like that.
Wow.
And I guess at times like this, your things like your merch account must be like a godsend because, in the sense that you've really been focusing on it a lot. And I think, that's probably why like I've not been on the radar if I'm honest, as far as like a lot of the videos, etc., because you've been doing a lot of that recently. And I think you've been doing quite well out of it, but it's almost worked out for you that you've at least got that income coming in from merch, which is protected from things like this, obviously, because it's completely outsourced. I mean,
Right.
How important would you say that is to yourself and generally, like in terms of advice for others?
Oh yeah, I mean, definitely whenever, like you guys, when everybody says diversify, don't put all your eggs in one basket, it certainly rings true now that this is going on. So
It's just, yeah.
I just wanted to dip in the chat because I forgot to say hello to everyone. We had Gary, Southwest Sellers was first in, and then we've got Chelsea. Lovely to see the regulars in. Lucy, Adam, Karen Fisher, which is apparently Karin, I think she said in our last chat. We've all been saying it wrong, so that's Karin, I believe. Tracy, lots and lots of people coming in to say hi. Lots of people saying hi to Margaret there. Electronic Firing Squad, Crap in the Attic, another brilliant username. So yeah, lots of people happy to see you on the show. I think it was the last time we chatted, I dropped in a merch hangout when I had just managed to upload a couple of designs, and that's as far as I've got still with merch. We said just before we went live. I think it's something we will go back to, but we've just been so busy trying to clear this, and you can see how well I'm getting on with that. I'm actually doing okay. I just keep adding more stuff to the shelves. But yeah, merch is a fascinating one because I think, like Zahir said, I mean, you up sticks and went away and all of this drama was going on, and I guess you were still getting sales and it was still happening on autopilot. So
yeah,
quite amazing when you think of that.
Because I did, when we left, I put my store out like 2 weeks handling time because I didn't know what was going to be. I don't know what was going to happen. So sales are pretty, you know, they're pretty slow. I think I had 2 sales today. So yeah. And speaking of workrooms, I need to do a walk of shame through mine because it is a nightmare. After Randy went and like pulled everything, and oh gosh, things are knocked over. It's just yeah.
How's it going with your backlog? Because I remember going back, I don't know, a year or so, you had like a room of shame, and then you sorted all of that out, and you were really trying to cut down on things and get rid of stock, and then you had Amazon stock recalled, and then you had that everywhere. So where are you at with your piles of stuff?
Yeah, still a lot of piles. It's still a room.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess you've seen Zahir's huge haul, which has kind of filled your house, hasn't it, mate?
It has a little bit. Yeah, it isn't easy to live with like that, to be honest with you. It's not having a living room is or a dining room, and it's horrible. I think you've got to draw a line somewhere when you work at home. You know, you've got to have that quality of life, haven't you? It's important.
Yeah, this is why I'm here. I'm like, I'm not in my workroom like normal. I'm in my living room. Hiding. Can't go in my workroom right now.
That's the beauty of that screen. You could be anywhere, and we just don't know. You could be in your bathroom right now. We have no idea. Oh dear. Yeah. So we didn't really have a plan. I just wanted to get Margaret on and have a catch up really, and find out what's been going on, and also where things are going for you, because you know, merch is becoming is that still growing for you? I wanted to ask as well, is merch still expanding, or have you seen that level off first?
Well, yeah, it's kind of leveled off, but it's one of those, and I know this is like a tinfoil hat theory, but like with eBay, you know, when you're listing, you're selling more, but I find that to be true with merch as well. And because of all the upheaval, I really haven't been doing a whole lot of shirt designs and things like that. So I've just been trying to get in life back to normal, and just this week have slowly been normalizing.
I wouldn't say it's that tinfoil hat, to be honest, Margaret. I know it sounds like it when you say it because it sounds like an excuse, but if you think about it logically, like these big companies that run these giant websites like Amazon and eBay, whatever, they want to know that their resources are being used wisely by people that deserve it. So if they see that you've got an account, they want to see activity on it, because at the end of the day, that's how they're going to get paid. They get paid when your designs sell. You know, they don't get paid if they don't sell. So they want to promote it. And I suppose whilst you're doing work, I mean, like you said, I think it is the truth with eBay. I don't even care what anyone says about that. I think it's completely true.
Yeah.
The more you list, the you know, 9 times out of 10 at least, you're going to sell more than when you're not listing. It just is.
Enough people have seen that correlation where you have a couple of days where you list, and random crap you've had listed for months just sells overnight. And we had that recently. Both Andrea and I, since we got organized getting back from holiday, have started getting regular listing, and we sold stuff we've had for 6 months, 9 months. Like,
Yeah.
okay, there's something there. There's something to it. I really think there is.
It's been really, really dramatic as far as Beck's store's been concerned as well. I mean, because she had a long period of time, like a good few weeks, where she pretty much hadn't listed anything fresh on there. She'd been doing her relists every now and then, but that was it. You know, relist to sell similar. But like I said, I don't think sell similar makes a job of difference. I think eBay are smart enough to know that you've just relisted your listing. I don't think it makes a difference. But since she's been listing, like, it's like her store's just come to life, and it's doing so much better. And it's just every day it seems to be getting better. And I'd imagine merch is exactly the same. Even though you're not physically listing an item, they want to see that those accounts are being used by people that are actively putting fresh designs up.
Yeah, totally.
And
even when I just switched I was telling you, because I had my handling time had gone out to 2 weeks, and when I switched it back over to next day, I got 2 sales like that, you know. So I don't know if they saw.
Oh, that'll make a difference, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I've just seen a few comments coming in. Jay says, listening whilst making an apple crumble. So good luck with that. And then Electronic Firing Squad said, I had a terrible, horrible, scary nightmare that Z was going to shave his luscious locks, and it's all still there. Well, funny you should say that. It's not far off.
Well, there's still a couple of weeks. I wish
I could be there.
It happens. It's unlucky, but I mean, we'll live stream it anyway. So yeah, just what can I say? Yeah, it's all going. That's
such a cool idea. I can't wait for that. And you,
I wish I could. I'm going to be in Denver, so I won't be able to be.
Oh, you're gonna? Is this what event is this? Could you just remind me?
Yeah, No, go on.
No, go. You go on. Go on.
Oh, well, Merch Minds is a podcast, and they have a Facebook group too, and they're having like it's not exactly a conference, but it's turned into that, like a mini conference, and they've asked me to come speak in Denver about merch.
Oh,
so
cool.
I'm excited about
Leading on from that, actually, Margaret, I've got to say, how are you finding the importance of like networking like this, especially like through YouTube and social media, in terms of just how it's helping you personally with your knowledge, as well as obviously because you're going to be out there talking to people, so I'm guessing you're going to be, you know, sharing your knowledge, but how much have you learned yourself from networking with other people that do similar things?
Yeah, it's invaluable. I mean, completely. I mean, the groups and getting to know people and knowing what's okay, what's not okay, and
it's
like that
huge,
as far as merch goes. Yeah, completely.
I just think it's good to point out, because I don't think it necessarily like it's always an obvious thing, because networking can sometimes, as long as it's networking, I suppose, because it can easily be seen as just time spent on social media, can't it?
But that's what this is, right? I'm just hanging out. I don't consider this networking. Like,
this isn't.
Sorry, hon, I'm networking with you. Here right now.
Yeah, I've got my book with. I don't know how that's networking, but.
Yeah.
We've said it many times. I mean, YouTube and Facebook has been fantastic for my kind of online social life, and a social life while I'm at home on my own. Although I'm with Andy, I'm kind of essentially on my own in my office. But it also means I get notifications all day long, and the distraction, there's little pings. I have to turn them off eventually.
But don't you find like these conferences and the meetups that are happening, and they're becoming more regular? It almost seems like an evolution of that, though. Like, I get what you're saying, Nick, in terms of, you know, just like we have that, you know, I think at first you make friendships and you know, you get that social circle, but like it just feels like maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it just feels like there's definitely it's happening more like this, more organized, structured. There's like a demand for it almost.
I think what I've seen, certainly in the UK, and I think it's mirrored in America, is that social media has brought together all these individual tiny little people all over the country doing very similar things. And the natural progression is for them to meet up in real life. And it's been going on in America. I know you guys have had several little groups have all met up and done all that. We're talking about having a meetup next year in the UK. It's just a natural progression, but I don't think it would have got to that level without social media. I think that has been the platform for everyone coming together, finding out that we're not the only weirdos doing this in our homes.
Yeah.
And the natural thing is that we want to meet up and have that actual human contact. So it's cool. It's exciting.
Absolutely. I mean, when I first started reselling, I didn't know that there were other people. I really thought, like, is this moral? Is this okay for me to do? I didn't know, you know, when I first started, that there was like a whole world of people doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
Tracy's got a question that asks, so do Nick and Margaret agree with Zahir that self-similar does not count in parentheses towards the new listings, even though you get a new listing number and so forth? Well, what's your guys' opinion on it, actually?
I thought it made a difference. That's why I switched to it, but
I don't do that. I do. Yeah, I do good till canceled pretty much on everything.
Oh wow! So you're like a completely different place then, because we tend to do 10 days on. Well, I tend to do pretty much 10 days on everything now.
So you're still good till cancelled on all your listings if it's a one-off item or whatever.
Yeah. Is there a new strategy now that I'm missing out on?
Oh yeah. Well, the word is Margaret.
I'm like so far behind.
The basic idea of not doing good till cancelled is that eBay stops promoting that and pushing it and noticing it, because the longer it just sits there not selling, eBay thinks it's a crap item, nobody wants it. So the logic is, you know, when an item is coming to its end, eBay promote it, and then when it's a new listing, it's thrust right up the best match search, as it does when it ends. So if you end it 3 times in a month, you get like 3 times the amount of spikes because it's coming to an end. The good till cancelled stays as the same item on the same number and never gets that promotion. So it slowly slips into obscurity and gets forgotten about.
So basically, I should do it for 10 days and then get it
30, because I think good till cancelled is ideally suited to new products with multi or something that you've got multiples of, because the one thing that good till cancelled has that the others don't have is that sales history, because obviously it counts.
Right.
If you have it on good till cancelled, it keeps your watches and it keeps the sales history. So if you've got 10 of these, for example, and you sell 3, after 30 days, it'll say 3 sold, and it will rank that listing higher. But yeah.
And as an example, we have our stuff on 10 days. We got back from holiday and everything had finished while we were away. We weren't relisting. So we had virtually our entire inventory. So we relisted it all, and it all finished like 2 days ago. And we had a cracking couple of days because it was all coming to an end and it all got promoted. And we were having like 200 plus days.
Okay.
Just because they were all coming to an end. So that's the theory anyway.
I'll try it.
But
Mike has a question. I'm not going to read his surname because it's that one, you know, like, unless I say Lytoris, I say it like
I did. I was just reading it out. I didn't even know.
I remember when that happened.
It's a bit of a baity question, but do any of you guys do Amazon ebooks, i.e. selling info on reselling and maybe using social media or YouTube to market the product? No, I don't.
I haven't got any ebooks or anything. I don't really.
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm really considering it. However, I don't really want to put the work in.
Well, there you go. You'd have to write the damn thing.
I know, but I feel like I answer the same question. So, like, especially about merch.
Yeah.
And I've started doing like consulting, and I have a Patreon page where I like help people with their merch accounts and things like that. But I answer the same question so many times. I just feel like I just want to say, here
it is.
I think there is a market for certainly for that, like a sort of how to, all of the questions that, because we know, I mean, I get all the same questions about eBay week in, week out.
Yeah.
It would be handy to have a kind of, you're new to eBay, here's 100 questions you're going to ask, or here's 100 problems you're going to come across. You could do that for merch as well.
I mean, and the
because
thing
I know how complicated it is, and there's 100 little steps that you go, what? So if you could explain that, that'd be great.
I mean, the guy this morning, a guy had me checking over one of his shirts, and the first thing I look at is the trademark. First thing off, it was like, oh, this is a trademarked phrase, so you really can't use this. He's like, oh, I'm so new. I'm like, yeah, it's like step 1, trademark.
The point is, you could save people so much time and effort, couldn't you, with a few questions and answers laid out in an ebook if it has to be, and you could stop people wasting hours and hours of effort making a shirt that's like, that's trademarked. You could save them weeks of effort.
It's definitely about convenience. I mean, because the old argument obviously is that the information's there for free anyway. And yeah, it is. It's on all of our channels, but but people don't tend to have the time or inclination to trawl through literally hours and hours and hours of video to find out one specific thing. Whereas if they've got literally a condensed information source, it's got to have some value, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always forget that, you know, daily our channels will be attracting new subs, and they are new to our channel. They're hardly going to go back through, in my case, 500 videos and find that nugget of information, are they? Which is why we all get the same questions day in, day out, because they find the channel and they go, oh, Margaret, she's all about merch. I'm going to ask, how do I sign up for merch? You're like, what? Yeah. So yeah, it does make sense. But I mean, your channel, you're doing so well. Your output still amazes me. You're like churning out the videos, and your thumbnails are so cool now. They're so like in your face.
I'm having so much fun making. I know they're like, I'm sure there are people making fun of me behind my back about them, but I'm having so much fun doing them. I'm like, screw them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares? You know, who doesn't like what you do? Concentrate on those that like it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm having so much fun making them. And that's the thing, like that's one of the things that while I was gone for the hurricane, I feel like doing YouTube is like my form of my insanity. You know what I mean? I enjoy it. It's social for me. I get to talk to people. It's creative. So it's like helping me, feeding something in me to do it. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just got to say, Krillin just super chatted $5. Thanks, mate. He says, Nick, what about when you have 8 watchers, ? When you don't do good till cancelled, you lose all your watchers, right? You do. And we actually, Andrea specifically, when she relists her stuff, if she notices something has quite a few watchers, she will just relist. Because if you relist, you keep the watchers, I believe. Or if they go into the item, it has the link to where it's been relisted to, so they can follow through. So she does take watches into account. And then he says, by the way, DM, which stands for Depeche Mode, was good. I put a video on my channel. Fantastic. I'll check it out later. Another Depeche Mode fan. But yeah, I mean, YouTube has certainly become a big part of all of our lives, all three of us, I guess. And
yeah,
we wouldn't carry on doing it if we didn't love it, because we just wouldn't. It's so much effort for so little gain.
And I started looking at like, okay, I started looking at some of the analytics and the revenue. I think there's an idea that YouTubers make a ton of money, and there are YouTubers that make a ton of money. But I was looking at some of my videos. I was like, oh, I think because my Hurricane Harvey one, I'm donating the proceeds from the analytics to a local GoFundMe, and I was like, okay, let's see how much money it's made so far. It's like $2. Crap.
Yeah. Well, it's all about scale, and there are multi-millionaire YouTubers. You know, it's well publicized, and people just keep that thought in their head, and then they think all YouTubers must be loaded. It's like so not the case.
No,
not at all.
When I look at some of the videos I've done, I'm like, yay, this video has made 27 cents this week.
Your figs one, your runaway success video.
Yes.
That one must be doing right. Explain what I'm talking about for most people who won't have a clue.
My number one most popular video is all about dehydrating figs. So, and I get the craziest comments on it too. I think the craziest one I left on there, it was like, I couldn't even focus on the figs. I was so enraptured by your voice or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, okay. Yeah, but I do a lot of like homesteady stuff. So nerdy canning, dehydrating, growing my own. So that was from that. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I forgot what the question was with the figs.
All right, just scrolling through, see if we've got any. I think Sib K was frustrated we weren't talking to him earlier. Hi, mate.
And Darren earlier had suggested that with this screen I could be anywhere, like behind those boxes in Zahir's room. I'm right back here.
Sorry, it's all gone quiet. I'm just reading.
Yeah.
There's a lot of comments.
There's a question there. Any tips on making your own shirts, like where to make them and where to sell them? Well, that's more about physical shirts, I guess. We were talking about shirts before, and we were talking about merch, which is where Amazon print them on demand. funnily enough, I was just saying to Margaret before, Andrew and I have always fancied making our own physical shirts, and we're thinking about maybe getting into that. It's something we toyed with when we had the physical shop last year, the clothing shop. But we didn't have a printing press ourselves. We got a firm to do it, but that was really successful. So we're going to try an experiment. Might get our own press. Because
so you're not going to do like the whole silk screening thing. You're going to do the
silk screen. I've done it before, and it's fun. I'd probably only do single color, because when you get multicolor, it becomes a bit of a faff. But
yeah, Randy's done some of that.
Yeah, I like a challenge.
Electronic Firing Squad makes a good point, saying sort of the same thing with reselling. Some folks make $1 million a year, whilst many just pay the bills. It isn't a get rich quick scheme. Yeah, completely. I mean, you can pretty much apply that to anything. There will be examples of people that whatever you're doing, there's probably an example of someone doing it worse than you, and an example of someone that's mastered it and is doing infinitely better than you are. Doesn't matter what that is. I mean, that could be, you know, driving a car. We can all drive cars, but some of us can drive them at over 200 miles an hour into corners, and they get paid $30 million a year. You have to pay to drive your car. So it's the same situation, isn't it?
It totally is. No matter what you're talking about, there's someone who's doing so much better than you. That's life. Oh, Jason's just super chatted £2 to top up your YouTube millions. Fantastic. I'll be like Scrooge McDuck, counting millions.
Now you have £1 million and £2.
Woohoo!
Minus the fees.
Yeah. Yes.
Ryan asked question, how much you guys listed today?
I haven't done too bad. I finished all of the DVD machines. I tested them all and listed them all, apart from one that was just doing bizarre things. It was knackered.
Well, Beck's listed 10 items, so I'm going to claim that. I've not listed anything yet, but I'm gonna claim what Beck's listed, because we're a team. So yeah.
I think Andrea did her 10. I'm not sure.
Oh, there you go, Nick. You can add that.
I did about 6 or 7. Well, I haven't finished yet.
Oh, neither of them.
Actually, I have, because after this, I've got to have dinner, and then I'm going out to the pub. So I'm done. What about you, Margaret? Were you working today? Sorry, I missed that. Oh, I said, what about you? How did you do today?
Oh gosh, I'm still at lunchtime, so I'm going to be listing after we get done.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I'm going to be doing it later as well. Definitely, definitely. What are you laughing for? It's true. It's going to happen.
I'm not going to get any more like Bo Selecta like videos and things.
No, I'm not. No, I'm all about the work now.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm a professional.
You were up late last night, see? I was still going at about 2.
Yeah, I was just watching YouTube videos at that time. I couldn't do any work. It was too late.
Saw you working, but I didn't want to get on and like, oh yeah, I'm up. Duh.
So if you've just joined us, we're here with Zahir and Margaret, just having a chat, really, a bit of a catch up. We don't have a topic. If you do have questions, we can touch on those. Speaking of which, there's a few come in. Let's have a look. Peter says like the shirt. Oh, this one, Super Nintendo.
Philippa Spalton's done 50 out of 100, and I've got 15 to do tonight. Karen says, Philippa. Wow, people are smashing the listings out.
Wow,
that's good.
Will you take less? Asks, can you track shuttle parcels? Yes, because if you're buying your postage through shuttle on eBay, it's still using like Hermes, which is tracked, and UPS or Collect Plus, whoever you use. So yes, it's tracked.
There's a question that I can tackle there from Gabriel Durton. Says, question, how do you sell Legos? Which means they're probably American, because we just call it Lego. There is no plural. I'm planning on making my own store on eBay to sell Legos, and I'd like to know what tips I should know. If you search if you search Nick Hill's Lego, there's a couple of videos, because I used to do nothing but Lego. And like anything, there's many ways of doing it. You can buy it in bulk and then just break it down and sell it by the kilo, or you can go to the extreme and sell it by the part number. Each Lego brick has its own part number, which is what we did for a while. But you have to be very, very focused and very kind of OCD about it all to take it to that length. And it drove me mad after a while. But yeah, and there's some great stores. I'd say a good thing to do would be to go onto eBay itself and search Lego and find some of the big Lego stores and find out what they're doing and what works. And, you know, take what you like from what other people are doing and experiment a bit. But yeah, there's loads of money in Lego.
I have massive amounts of Lego because I always buy it when I see it at garage sales.
Yeah.
So those big, giant plastic tubs, I probably have 2 full of just loose Lego.
What's your plan for that then?
I'm hoarding it. Until the apocalypse, and then all the other Lego on the planet has been wiped out, and then I am the only Lego supplier. And then I can ask my price for it.
Okay, good luck with that.
Totally realistic.
Because after the apocalypse, what's everyone going to want? Lego, of course.
Of course they are. What are little zombie children going to have for Christmas?
Oh, that's a master plan. That is. If ever I've heard one.
I got it.
And it's not complete set either, so you're going to make them use their imaginations.
After they've eaten all those brains,
well, with their radioactive brains, they're probably going to be able to come up with these amazing builds themselves anyway, like really intricate ones. So yeah. I think you thought it through. It's good.
Yeah. Or I will make my own hovel out of Legos. You know.
Yeah, you could do.
Ah,
I need to buy more Lego. Krillin asks Nick Z, do you guys follow soccer/football? Which clubs do you support? Nick, do you support anyone or?
I follow when England are playing international. I find that fascinating. I don't really follow a team. I used to support Stevenage Borough many moons ago, and I used to go and watch them a little bit. But no, I'm not into football. Yourself?
For me, I do watch it. I try to keep it limited because it gets too much. I'm a Palace fan, unfortunately. So
Crystal Palace.
Well, yeah, when I lived where I used to live down south, it was my local.
Oh, is that your local?
Really close.
Are they a top flight team? Are they Premiership?
Just about, yeah.
Just about. They're clinging on.
Season's just started, but we're bottom already.
Right. Oh no.
Wow. What's worse is we've got Roy Hodgson now, so he's our manager. So, yeah, so. But he's all right at clubs. He's okay at clubs. Well, anyway,
Margaret's like, what the hell are you talking about? I just want to read Blitz. Blitz, who lives up near you, doesn't he? Is he here actually?
Yes, so. He does. Yeah.
He says that everyone's selling on FBA now. Quick, there is a glitch, and everyone is getting ungated in everything. What?
Really?
That's what it says.
Getting ungated.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out because I'm not ungated in anything. I haven't tried.
I'm ungated and all up, but I don't sell on FBA anymore.
No, you don't.
I did notice that, like, this is like a month or two ago, I got ungated in a couple of brands that I was gated in before, but I think it just goes in swings and roundabouts, like where randomly they do this stuff. So if you've, what I would say is, I mean, I'm by no means a big FBA person. I hate doing FBA. I do it grudgingly because it does bring in some good money when I do it. It actually does pay off, but I hate it so much. I think I'd rather, I don't know, I'd rather do anything but. I mean, if there's one thing I hate more than listing on eBay, it's probably listing on FBA. It's just, but anyway, that aside, what I'll say is, I know Nick's grinning because he loves it. He loves the whole thing.
I don't understand how you can be begrudging about it. It's just
because it's just such a boring and just it's just, I can't stand doing it. Sit there and you have to bag things up, and you got to stick a stupid little sticky label on the barcode.
Oh, you got to stick so hard. You got to bag things up.
Yeah, it's just annoying. No, like I have to bubble wrap things as well.
Like going down a coal mine.
I have to bubble wrap things. Yeah, it's not. That would probably be worse, I guess. But I mean, you know, it's.
You could go back to work for that little manager that was telling you how to make coffee.
Oh man, alive! No,
Yeah.
That's actually the worst thing.
Have you missed anything about FBA, Margaret, since you pulled all your
No,
stuff
I
out?
wasn't here.
Yeah.
I'm totally with
Yeah.
you. I was like, are you
Sucks,
kidding me? I have
right?
to bubble
Yeah.
wrap this book?
Yeah, you have to bubble wrap things, and then you have to stick a stupid label on it, and then it's just so stupid.
Yeah, I didn't like sourcing for it. And,
Yeah, I just don't enjoy it. Yeah, I've got stacks of it to do. I just hate doing it. I'm gonna do it. Don't get me wrong, because it does pay off. It really does pay off.
Yeah.
I think I said to you the other night, Zahir, my like carrot on a stick to get through all my electronics is filling these 10 boxes I've got down here with FBA stock. That's what I'm looking forward to. Isn't it bizarre?
Yeah, it is bizarre. Oh yeah, Paul Turner laughing that I'm a Palace fan.
Oh.
And so is Peter Ray. Eagles. Yeah, new manager Peter. Yeah. Has Z managed to list any more of his haul? Asked Joe. Hi Joe. I have listed some of it, but you know, there's a bit to go. That's probably the best way to describe it.
A bit to go.
Yeah, there's a bit.
Is this part of? This is still some of it behind you, or is this listed?
Oh yeah, no, it's listed. No. I mean, these crates are huge. I mean, it'll take me a while. I mean, I don't know. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, they're like layers of crates.
It's crazy, Margaret, how much stock they got.
Oh my God. I knew it was a lot, but holy smokes.
Yeah.
Are we going to list this together?
Okay,
we can
this
do
is
it.
one crate, just to give you an example. Right.
He's opening his box.
Look how big that is. And
it's huge.
And it's literally rammed with just...
I can see right inside Z's box.
Yeah, you can see.
His box is so rammed full.
This is just going to take a while. Look, they just got lazy at the end and took the hooks off the wall.
Right. So here, you cannot stand putting a label on a product and sticking it in a box.
Yeah,
20,000 products that are all very similar. To
you know, the funny thing is, Nick, I'm actually looking forward. Like, the stuff that's boring me is the box stuff that I'm doing now, like all the die-cast cars and the model rockets and stuff. That's just boring me. I can't wait to start listing these spur gears and these
How the hell can that be, you know, exciting when...
Just look at all these starter motors. Look at them. Isn't it amazing? This...
Yeah. Well, the weird thing is I would enjoy that as well, but I enjoy, you know, the system of FBA as well, because it's very similar to that in my head.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just slight things, isn't it? That it's just funny.
I think you've just got a problem with like almost working for a big corporation. I reckon that's the back of your head. It's like Amazon's.
All of those are packaged and new. You could just beep, 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 and send in.
No, because these are vintagey, kind of. They're kind of vintagey.
Oh, okay.
Like they're old.
Huh? Are any of those on Amazon? No, you're not going to bother with Amazon.
I'm not going to bother with Amazon for this. Well, actually, I don't know. I've not checked, but
you might have to bubble wrap each one of those, though.
I think
I wouldn't. I'd just
stick it in the bubble wrap.
Yeah, I have to like bag them. No. These won't be on. They won't have listings on Amazon because they're too niche. Because this is like this is going to be for people that have got like old RC trucks and things that they want to rebuild. That you can't get parts for easily. So. You know, it's like yeah, it's for them. It's for people that want to kind of just rebuild vintage or like older trucks. Not vintage really, but old trucks.
Bumcrack Picker says, I used to sell old playground items. Some weeks were good, some were bad. It was just swings and roundabouts.
That's a good one.
I love it.
Yeah, that is a classic. I wanted to just mention a comment in here.
Oh, can I just read? Electronic Firing Squad says, Z and Margaret, I completely, in capitals, agree. I walked away from a 30K a month, apparently, on Amazon and absorbed into eBay. I've never looked back. So there's someone who's, oh, ka-ching, hold on.
Ooh, yeah.
I've got that lovely vibration thing in my pocket at the same time.
Oh, that's good.
I got to get one of those.
Oh, it's a Kenwood mixer part.
Oh, classic sale. That's a classic eBay sale. That is.
I
Wouldn't
had
get that on Amazon.
the tech has started selling as well. I sold an electronic typewriter and one of the DVD players today. So
sweet. I just wanted to touch on George Ross's question. He says, I posted on the chat Facebook group that I've got 4 vintage speakers at auction chucked in for free with another lot I wanted, but the wires at the back have been cut, worth replacing. I will have a look and let you know what I think. Depends on what they are. Sometimes with vintage speakers, you'll find that it's better to cannibalize them, and you can actually sell the drive units and the let's say the tweeter and the mid-range and the woofer, and you can actually make really good money doing that, and then you won't have to also like package and ship a pair of speakers, and sometimes it can actually work out much better. What was that for?
We're just making faces at each other down in the corner.
Well, I just wanted to answer that because it's like about speakers, you know. It's about speakers. Oh, hi, Margaret. How you doing?
We're just waving at each other down here.
You're on the chat.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, computer parts and stuff.
Oh, it's a speaker, you know, loudspeaker.
Well, Joe's got a good idea in the chat there. I don't know if you've seen it, Zahir.
No.
She says, well, it might be a he, I don't know. Beck should take away his RC toys until it's all listed.
Man,
hide them somewhere.
I'd be so gutted if she did that. Yeah.
So do you drive your little RC cars around the streets of England town?
Hell yeah. I'm a menace to society, Margaret. Menace.
No, that's me. When
how does it work on cobblestone roads?
Well, you have to have good suspension and some really nice tires. you have to be careful of the horse and carts as well. and the
zooming around like horse droppings.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Don't let the highwaymen catch you either.
Yeah.
I just had a question, then it vanished. Where'd it go? Mike says, do you guys worry that reselling is predominantly done via third-party sites and we have to play to their beat, so to speak? That's the kind of perennial question that comes up. What would happen if eBay disappeared? What would happen if Amazon vanished? It's hardly likely.
And also, I think now you've got even less reason to worry than before, because now more than ever, there's so many different platforms. I mean, Margaret's a great example of that, actually. I mean, how many platforms have you dabbled on recently, Margaret? Like before the whole, you know.
Yeah, eBay, Etsy, Amazon.
Yeah.
Not Poshmark. I mean, I'm not on Poshmark yet, but there's that, Mercari, there's Facebook, Garage Sale, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, there you go. And the local game as well. Like people talk about the local hustle game. Like Craigslist Hunter in the States is a big proponent of it.
Well, the thing is that demand for stuff isn't going to vanish. Let's say the platforms vanish. We will all have to adapt, but that demand for the stuff doesn't go away. So you just have to find other ways of reaching your customers, be it Facebook, Gumtree in the UK, in America, you've got Craigslist, etc., Facebook as well. So yeah, as long as the demand for the stuff is there and you've got stuff that has a market, you just got to find a way to get to the market. So I suppose we'd all have to panic like hell and adapt.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
And in zombie apocalypse, that's probably what it'll be. We'll get our carts and we'll go down to the local market, right?
With your Lego.
With my Lego.
Will the cart that you take it in be made of Lego?
Yeah, that's a good idea. We can totally do that.
Yeah, just take an empty cart and then just smash it when you get to the marketplace and sell.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Not taking any of this home. Not rebuilding this cart.
Yeah. Lucky asks, hey guys, do you have to pay tax?
Everybody does.
Yep.
It's
just always worth answering.
There's two definites in life, isn't it? Death and taxes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Can't avoid them. And if you try, it's not a good plan.
Yep, there are people that try.
Did you see those Nintendo sneakers on the chat? So cool. Nintendo sneakers. I missed those. I'll go in there later and have a look.
Yeah.
I'm looking
I
for
haven't been
new
in.
Converse actually. I've got a Converse collection. I wear them so much they're all knackered. So I'm in the market for size 10 Converse. Just putting it out there.
Funnily enough, I went around all the charity shops locally to buy size like shoes for myself. I'm size 10 as well, and like because I wear all my trainers down to death. I went to the cupboard today, and they were just I couldn't wear them anymore. They were like holes and everything, and I've been walking around these uncomfortable shoes all day because I've got no more comfy shoes, and not one charity shop had shoes for me. I was gutted.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? Because when you actually look for something for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you don't find it.
What they said at the shops was men tend not to donate shoes because they obviously we wear them until they break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a stereotype, but shoes are
It's
kind of a women thing. It's like, oh, I love my shoes. Are you a shoe person, Margaret?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm a wear my shoes to death kind of girl too. I have a pair of black Vans I wear all the time. I just ordered a new pair because mine were falling apart. Yeah.
oh, cool.
I maybe have 10 pairs of shoes, so I guess that's a lot. Is that a lot?
It's more than what I've got.
Got at least 10.
Yeah,
I haven't got that many. I've got like
maybe 10 pairs.
But they're all knackered, and most of them are Converse.
I think I've got 3 pairs of wearable shoes, and they're all work boots. Like they're all boots because I've got no more. 1 pair of smart shoes and 2 work boots. Yeah, that's it. Krillin asks, when you sell eBay items, do you message buyers and try to upsell them? For example, if you sell a Luke Skywalker toy, do you try to push them a Darth Vader?
No.
No.
That's such a good idea. Imagine if you did that. Just start messaging customers.
Hey,
Hey,
You
I
need
know this. You bought this. Yeah,
You need some darkness to go with your light.
yeah.
they really are set.
Richard Hale's got a question. Do you list the new items you pick up as soon as you get them, or do you list them after a while due to other items to list? I have a massive backlog of items, but still buy items. Yeah, we're the wrong people to talk about that, especially Margaret and Nick.
Yes.
Well, it's funny though, because it depends what it is. If I go out and I have a haul, which I haven't done for ages, we're still being quite good with that, and I bring it back, and certain things I will list straight away. I'll pull out media and games and list them. Everything else gets put on the shelf. So I'm just selective, which doesn't really help because I end up with a backlog like all this electronic stuff because I don't really enjoy listing it. But then ironically, when I come to doing it, it's quite easy to list really when you break it down and really profitable. So it's daft really.
Oh yeah, I have a ton of pictures that I've taken. I just need to list them.
So once I've got pictures, I'm good.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. You need to get the pictures taken.
Because I'll spend a day just taking pictures, and then I'll just work on those pictures for like a week or 2.
That's what I need to do. I need to just take. I hate taking pictures of my phone. That's what's annoying me.
What kind of phone do you have?
I've got a decent phone, but it's like it's not an iPhone, but it's a Nexus, Google Nexus phone.
You're gonna buy the new iPhone?
No, I just want to get a camera, to be honest, so I can take photos.
Did you hear about the iPhone X? It's going to be like thousands of pounds.
Yes, $1,000 for the new iPhone 8 or whatever, right?
No, but there's going to be 2. There's
meant to be an 8 and an X.
X, which is like a special thing for the 10th year anniversary, and Andrea saw it somewhere. It's going to be like stupid money for the X.
It's going to be impossible to buy. It reminds me of you know, when Sony did their 20th anniversary PlayStation 4.
Right.
And they did a PlayStation 4, I think it was, or something that was grey in color, so it looked like the original PlayStation 1. And they only made a limited amount of them, and I think they were reselling for like over £1,000 or something like that. But getting one was like, you know, near impossible. I think.
I think the new 3DS, which looks like a SNES, has done that as well.
Yeah, so yeah, it's going to be impossible to buy, I think. But if you did buy it and kept it sealed, probably be worth more than you paid for it at some point. Yeah, especially coming up to Christmas.
Was there? I thought I had the most recent one, but I thought mine was a 6. Did they skip the 7?
No, they had a 7.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what I have.
Maybe.
I don't know what I honestly don't even know what I've got.
Does it say it on there somewhere?
I think it's
I'm
just,
not taking the box off. Never mind.
I take exception to Sib K's comment. Do not buy a DSLR. You are not ready. I'm not ready. Please do not buy a DSLR. Please, he's begging me not. I might buy one just because he said don't buy it. That's how smart I am.
Oh, mine's an iPhone SE. What's that?
Is that a knockoff? Did you get that? Did you get that from a guy in the alley?
No, it's not. I hope it's not a knockoff. I got it from O2. I got it on the high street.
Guys, I think we're doing it wrong. Krillin has just commented. Don't laugh. I had a guy buy a Loro Piana sweater today. I've heard that brand. It's meant to be quite fancy. I messaged him and he bought a Zegna. I won't say the first name. Zegna. For $50, and he turned a $50 sale into $100. So he did that. He contacted.
Upsold them?
Yeah, he upsold them. The guy just wanted to buy one $50 jumper, and he turned it into a $100 sale.
I would imagine you'd have to be careful with how you word that with eBay's policies. I've had messages, a few recently, from people who have been tripped up by, you know, offering people things and arranging things. As long as you're just saying, here's my other listing, take a look at this sort of thing. eBay will be fine, I guess. But just be careful with wording on that, I'd say, because I had that big slap on the wrist a couple of weeks back, and somebody else messaged me the other day to say they got a 3-day ban just for using the word offer.
So yeah, I wouldn't want somebody to message me. That's the thing. I wouldn't want it done to me, so I don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could
That's just
be.
me.
It could be. Well, I mean, it could be seen as intrusive, or on the other hand, it could actually be seen as helpful. I mean, I'm guessing this guy that Krillin upsold, the guy is probably pleased with his, you know, that he was offered it. I mean, and in a way, it's actually quite natural. Like when you're out at, for example, at a garage sale, or when we're at the boot sale, how many times have you bought something or shown an interest in something, and then the seller says, oh, if you like these, you might like these. And more often than not, you're open to that suggestion, rather than, you're not going to say to him, no, I don't want to see what else you've got to show me. Take it back.
How dare you?
Yeah, I mean, well, you might, I don't know. But
people are saying my phone's a knockoff.
Phones are not.
It's on contract, so God knows how much I'm paying for it through the contract. Not a knockoff, people.
Now I want to take mine out, but I'll never get this dang case back on, so never mind.
Oh, here's a question from Sib K. Question: why are you answering Krillin's question without payment? Because we wanted to prove that that's not the only reason we'll answer a question.
That's it. It's the end of Super Chat now.
That's it.
Damn it.
I'm not doing it right, apparently.
Okay.
Oh, an SE is a smaller version of the iPhone 6. There you go. See, it's a genuine thing.
Just smaller.
It's just like small compact version. All the best things come in small packages. That's what I tell my wife. How are we doing? Oh wow, we've been chatting about nothing for 55 minutes.
It's not nothing. There's been some
talent we all have.
some epic info.
Right.
Oh, I just want to put a plug in for our normal Sunday just hang out with myself and Andrea. We have got it organized. We are going to do our 2 million views special. Margaret's going to be there. Is that right?
I'm going to be there.
Fantastic. Zahir and Beck should be there as well.
Yeah.
So far, I think we've also got Tez, as in Sam was going to be there, and Tom and Caroline. Who am I missing out? I think that's
is Rachel going to be there or no?
No, it's going to be, I think that's everyone. Oh, and Andrea's going to play as well. I'll be like hosting the game. We're going to do another Price is Right. Sorry?
Yeah, Rebecca should be there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever the numbers are, it's worked out that we've got 4 guys, 4 girls, and it's going to be Battle of the Sexes. We've never done it like this before, so we're playing for our gender.
We're going to crush you.
Whatever.
I don't think so. Zahir's so good at this game.
I am good. Did you not see the other ones?
I was on the other ones. What are you talking about?
You must not have seen my performance. Shocked you.
We all saw it, Zahir.
You must have just been
Also-
sat in a state of shock.
I thought Caroline always wins. Go team girls!
That's
It's not fair that I can't play because I'm hosting because I am actually good at it.
Quizmaster, yeah.
Why don't you get your daughter to come be the quiz master?
You wouldn't get her on YouTube.
No.
No.
Who could we get? Maybe somebody could come on and be the quiz master.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's all sorted. I'll host it. Boys versus girls. I think I know who's going to win.
Me.
Me too.
It's a team thing, Zahir. Not just you. It's the boys.
I'm all the boys.
The other it's Darren as well. I've invited Darren on. So
Darren's gonna win as well. Oh, we're definitely gonna win then.
Yeah.
Now you're definitely going to lose.
No, you're gonna win.
Is it?
He's got like all the info. He's like he's gonna have it at his fingertips somehow.
I don't want to know what he has at his fingertips.
He'll somehow hack the mainframe and get the answers.
That's cheating.
I don't care. We're still gonna win.
Oh,
Darren's in the chat. I think.
Is he?
He's still in there.
he was earlier.
But
Yes.
yeah, that's the plan for Sunday. That would be 8 o'clock. So if you're around, guys, join us for that. It's just a bit of fun and games to celebrate. Yeah, to celebrate 2 million crazy people watching me on the internet.
It's fun.
Ooh,
Oh, that's cool.
Ah.
that thing sounded evil earlier when you.
It's funny. There.
That is pretty funny.
That is totally taken from Scooby Doo. I think I said it. And the ghost sounded like a Scooby Doo ghost to me.
Here's the ghost.
Are you still...
I haven't cleaned my table off yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Okay. Well, I think we've just descended into nothing now. We're almost coming up to an hour. Unless you guys have got any other questions, we could wrap this up. We'll be back. Well, so he'll be back on Friday anyway, which is tomorrow, and then we're back again on Sunday. We're just taking over the week.
saturating.
And you say I churn them out. You're on as much as me.
Oh, I can't keep up with you, I tell you. And I noticed you're going to be overtaking me in subs soon, I'm sure.
Am I? No.
You're flying, aren't you?
What? No, I don't even know. What do I have?
Yeah.
Oh, she knows. She's just playing. She's like, "Am I?" No. Like, I bet she's got like a giant 50-inch screen with a live sub counter.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Let's see if I can overtake. I want to overtake Nick in subs by the end of the year. What's he at?
Ooh, right, I'm going to up my game now.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to do it by the end of the month. No way.
Damn.
I'm teasing.
Right. Okay. Should we wrap this up? I don't know. We're just waffling, which is cool.
Yeah, it's all good.
See.
I'm looking forward to
there's
the
a
price
question.
right.
There's a question.
I'll go for it.
Nice, but it's what do you sell best on FBA though?
Oh, an FBA question.
Yeah,
You guys don't
FBA.
give a damn.
I don't, I like selling on there, but no, I like the money you get from it, but I don't like anything else.
What sells best for me is sealed toys. They just,
Mhm.
if you get the right thing, it's like crazy. But it has to be
Yeah.
the right time of year for a lot of that as well.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we were going to get our stock down from the loft today, and we didn't.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You wait to send it in?
A lot of that actually is eBay stuff. I'm not sure what I've got up there, to be perfectly honest.
So when are you going to tackle your 10 boxes of FBA?
Once I've finished all the electronics, that's
That's it.
carrot on a stick is FBA for me. The joy of stickering up my products and putting them in boxes.
How can that be like the carrot? This carrot's meant to be like, something good, like
Yeah,
going
I enjoy
out.
it,
Or
see?
man, you're a freak.
Yeah,
There's no way around it. I think.
it's all right. I own it.
Yeah, I think you have to. How can that be? Okay,
I don't know. You enjoy coffee. I mean, that's just a bit weird.
coffee's the best.
Coffee is really good.
Yeah, I like how you said coffee there, Margaret. That was really good. That was almost like, yeah, the way you said coffee there. That was very like English almost.
Coffee, right?
Coffee.
I saw my coffee cup on the table from
That's
this
pretty
morning.
cool. That's actually
my
really
robot.
nice.
My robot love.
Never drunk a cup in my life.
Man alive.
How do you take your Z? Mine is black. I don't want to pour it on my computer.
You gotta have espresso. I can't. I don't know if we can be friends, actually, Nick. I didn't realize you'd never drunk a cup.
It's over. Done.
I'm not sure if I like you anymore.
Do you put crap in yours, Z? Or do you drink it black?
I have espresso sometimes. I like to drink it black. I do put milk in it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
depends. We've got a quick question in. There's two. What's that first one?
Gosh.
You want a question? If you swapped America, this is Dave Rowland. If you swapped America for England and England for America, would you survive with your thrifting knowledge? Oh, so if we went over there and Margaret came over here, I'm not sure it's a whole lot different, really, from what I've seen. I don't know.
I would. Do you have jewelry at your?
Yeah, we have jewelry.
Yeah.
You got okay. I'll be okay.
We got jewels.
Not jewels. Not those jewels. Jewelry.
We have jewelry also.
We'd adapt and make do.
Yeah.
Now, when are you guys visiting the US? Don't know. Actually, we are hoping to do an American holiday next year because we've been promising our daughter, who's 16 this year, to go to Disneyland for the last 12 years.
Aww.
So if we can do it, we'll do that next year.
Krillin says we say cup of coffee.
Coffee. Have some coffee, you all.
Have some coffee. Yeah.
Doesn't matter how you say it. I still don't drink it.
I love coffee.
Coffee.
And the Bing. Okay, right. Anyway, I don't know why.
Okay, let's wrap this one up. Let's do it. All right, guys. Food. I could just sit here and talk random for hours, but I know I've got to go and make some food. Well, Andrew, actually, forget that. Andrea's made my food. I've just got to eat it. Right. Should we wrap it up? I keep just saying, should we wrap it up?
I think we should because
I have to clean my house. I have to clean this mess off my table.
Whatever.
I have to go and drink a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Margaret. Cheers. Hold on. Hey, look at that.
Hey, Pac-Man.
Do you know I could have bought 400 Pac-Man mugs as part of this deal, but I had no space. I literally had no space left.
Oh wow.
400.
How much were they going to sell the 400 Pac-Man
I don't know, man. It wouldn't have been much. I think it would have been about probably 50 or 60p a mug.
Oh, I would have just done it. Yeah. Oh, but then you would.
But where would I? Literally, there was no space. The physics was against me. See,
here's what you do: you get your bed, and you put all the boxes there, and then you put your bed on top of that.
I would have done, but this was so far away from home, Margaret. We had a van, and we don't have those giant GMC style vans. Those huge. We don't have them. The horses again.
The horse and cart.
Krillin super chatted again. Nick and Z, I wish I could change accents with you. No, you're so cool.
I think the American accent, the New York accent's godlike. I love it.
Godlike.
Godlike, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, I can't do a New York accent. I can't.
No, I
can make it more southern, but
I'm not even.
Southern's wicked as well. I mean, I love watching those gator guys. I can't remember the name.
The gator hunters or whatever.
Yeah, they're my favorite. And there's a guy called Troy on there. He's just the best. He's the best guy in the world, probably.
If you and I don't know if Glenn is still in there, but Louisiana is a whole nother country on its own. It really is. You go to Louisiana, you're in a whole nother world.
And they get a giant gator. They call it a tree shaker, and he's like, "Oh, that's a tree shaker," I'm like, wow, this is the best TV ever. Actually, I might go and watch some of that now.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay. Tell you what, let's wrap it up.
On that note.
So thanks for chatting with us, Margaret. Look forward to seeing you again on Sunday when the boys are going to beat the girls. It's just how it happens. It's just yeah. And thanks, Z, for chatting with us. And check out Z's Friday night chat at 7.
It's the chin wag. Yeah, 7. Yeah,
7. I get so confused with times. 7. Right. Thanks for watching, guys. We've somehow got 100 people still watching us.
Oh my god, that's it. Yeah, people talking about Janice.
Janet.
Janice, yeah, Chandler, yeah, Chandler Bing.
Chandler Bing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
that's-
Chandler, you look so amazing today, honey. Let
That's
me
it.
button that top button for you,
Was
love.
it say 1 Yemen Street, Yemen?
One Yemen Street. I can't do it.
Okay, I think on that note,
On that note, should we wrap it up? Should we
Yeah.
do that?
I
Should we
think-
actually do this?
yeah, this time we will.
Thanks for watching. See you guys soon. Bye
See you
for
guys
now.
later.